Anabolic steroids. When I decided to venture into the world of anabolic steroids, I knew I was treading dangerous waters. These synthetic substances, similar to the male sex hormone testosterone, are notorious for their ability to enhance muscle growth and athletic performance. As a fitness enthusiast looking for rapid gains, I was tempted by the promises of superhuman strength and accelerated recovery. Within weeks of starting my steroid cycle, the changes were dramatic. My muscle mass increased significantly, and I was lifting weights I never thought possible. The pump during workouts was intense, and my body fat seemed to melt away. However, the side effects soon became apparent. I experienced mood swings, ranging from euphoria to irritability. My skin broke out with acne, and I noticed hair loss accelerating. The most concerning effects were the ones I couldn't see. My blood pressure spiked, and I developed insomnia. The hormonal imbalance caused by the steroids led to testicular atrophy, a terrifying prospect for any man. As my natural testosterone production shut down, I realized the long-term consequences could be severe, including potential liver damage and cardiovascular issues. Stopping the steroids was harder than starting. I experienced withdrawal symptoms and watched my hard-earned gains diminish rapidly. The psychological dependency was unexpected. I felt less confident without the artificial boost. In retrospect, the risks far outweighed the benefits. While anabolic steroids can produce impressive results, the potential for harm is significant. My experience taught me that there are no shortcuts to genuine fitness and health, and the natural approach, though slower, is ultimately safer and more sustainable. Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love. Human growth hormone, HGH. Intrigued by the promises of youth restoration and enhanced physical performance, I decided to experiment with human growth hormone, HGH. This peptide hormone, naturally produced by the pituitary gland, plays a crucial role in cell growth, body composition, and metabolism. The synthetic version has gained popularity among athletes and aging individuals seeking its purported benefits. My HGH regimen began with daily subcutaneous injections. Initially, I noticed subtle changes, improved sleep quality and a general sense of well-being. As weeks passed, more significant effects emerged. My body fat percentage decreased, while I experienced noticeable muscle growth. Recovery from intense workouts seemed faster, and my skin texture improved, giving me a more youthful appearance. However, the experience wasn't without drawbacks. I encountered joint pain and carpal tunnel syndrome symptoms, likely due to increased fluid retention in my tissues. More alarmingly, I observed changes in my blood sugar levels, indicating a potential risk of diabetes. The financial cost of maintaining the HGH routine was substantial, adding stress to my budget and raising ethical questions about performance enhancement. Long-term concerns weighed heavily on my mind. The potential for acromegaly, abnormal growth of hands, feet, and facial features, and the increased risk of certain cancers associated with elevated growth factors made me question the wisdom of continuing. While the short-term benefits were enticing, the unknown long-term consequences and the fear of becoming dependent on external hormone supplementation ultimately led me to discontinue use. Reflecting on my HGH experience, I realized that the allure of a quick fix for aging and athletic performance comes with significant risks. The body's natural hormone balance is delicate, and interfering with it can have far-reaching consequences. While HGH might have therapeutic applications under medical supervision, its use as a fitness supplement requires careful consideration of the potential health risks and ethical implications. SARMs, Selective Androgen Receptor Modulators. Intrigued by the buzz surrounding SARMs, I decided to explore these cutting-edge compounds. Marketed as a safer alternative to anabolic steroids, SARMs promise targeted muscle growth without the widespread side effects associated with traditional performance enhancers. As a fitness enthusiast seeking an edge, I was drawn to their potential for lean mass gains and improved athletic performance. My journey began with a popular SARM called Ostarine. Within weeks, I noticed significant changes in my physique. My muscle definition improved dramatically, and I experienced remarkable strength gains in the gym. The fat loss effects were equally impressive, helping me achieve a more shredded appearance. What stood out was the absence of water retention, giving me a dry, hard look that I had always aspired to. However, as my cycle progressed, I began to experience some concerning side effects. My natural testosterone production seemed suppressed, leading to a decrease in libido and energy levels outside the gym. I also noticed mild hair shedding and occasional joint pain, which I hadn't anticipated. The lack of long-term studies on SARMs made me increasingly uneasy about potential unknown risks to my health. Post-cycle, I faced the challenge of maintaining my gains. Without the SARMs, I experienced a noticeable drop in performance and some muscle loss. The need for post-cycle therapy to restore my hormonal balance became apparent, adding another layer of complexity to the process. Reflecting on my experience, I realized that while SARMs offered impressive short-term results, they came with their own set of risks and uncertainties. The legal gray area surrounding these compounds also raised ethical concerns about their use in sports and fitness. Ultimately, my SARM experiment left me with mixed feelings. While the physical transformation was remarkable, the potential long-term health implications and the ethical dilemma of using performance-enhancing substances gave me pause. I concluded that the pursuit of fitness should prioritize sustainable, natural methods over quick fixes, no matter how tempting they may seem. Ephedra. My curiosity led me to try Ephedra, a once popular weight loss and energy-boosting supplement derived from the Ephedra sinica plant. Known for its potent stimulant effects, Ephedra gained notoriety in the fitness world for its ability to accelerate metabolism and suppress appetite. Despite its ban in many countries, including the US, I managed to obtain a supply, eager to experience its famed fat-burning properties. From the first dose, I felt an immediate surge of energy and alertness. My workouts became more intense, and I could push through fatigue like never before. The appetite suppression was remarkable. I found myself easily adhering to a calorie-restricted diet. Within weeks, I noticed significant weight loss and improved body composition. The results were undeniably impressive, fueling my motivation to continue. However, the side effects soon became apparent and increasingly concerning. I experienced frequent heart palpitations and a constant feeling of jitteriness. My blood pressure spiked to alarming levels, and I developed persistent insomnia. The mood swings were dramatic, ranging from euphoria to irritability and anxiety. Most worryingly, I began to have dizzy spells and chest pain, symptoms that I couldn't ignore. The addictive potential of Ephedra became clear as I found myself dependent on its stimulant effects to function normally. When I attempted to stop using it, I experienced severe withdrawal symptoms, including fatigue, depression, and intense cravings. This psychological dependency, coupled with the physical risks, made me realize the dangerous path I was on. The cardiovascular strain and potential for severe health complications, including stroke and heart attack, became all too real. Reflecting on my Ephedra experience, I understood why it had been banned in many countries. While the short-term benefits for weight loss and energy were substantial, the risks to my health and well-being far outweighed any advantages. The experience taught me the importance of prioritizing safety in fitness pursuits and the dangers of seeking quick fixes through powerful, unregulated supplements. Ultimately, I learned that sustainable fitness results come from balanced nutrition, consistent exercise, and patience, not from potentially dangerous stimulants. DMAA, 1,3-dimethylamylamine. Intrigued by its reputation as a powerful pre-workout booster, I decided to experiment with DMAA, also known as 1,3-dimethylamylamine. This synthetic stimulant, often marketed as a natural extract, promised intense energy, focus, and fat-burning effects. Despite its controversial status and bans in several countries, I was curious to experience its purported benefits firsthand. My first workout with DMAA was nothing short of explosive. The rush of energy was immediate and intense, unlike anything I'd experienced before. My focus was laser-sharp, and I felt an unprecedented level of motivation in the gym. Fatigue seemed non-existent as I pushed through rep after rep, setting new personal records with ease. The euphoria and sense of invincibility were addictive, making each training session feel like a conquering feat. However, the side effects quickly became apparent and alarming. My heart rate skyrocketed, often remaining elevated long after my workouts. I experienced severe insomnia, with my mind racing even when physically exhausted. Mood swings became frequent, oscillating between aggression and anxiety. Most concerning were the headaches and blood pressure spikes, which left me feeling constantly on edge and worried about my cardiovascular health. The addictive nature of DMAA caught me off guard. I found myself psychologically dependent on it for workouts, feeling unable to perform without its stimulant effects. When attempting to stop, I faced intense withdrawal symptoms, including lethargy, depression, and powerful cravings. The realization that I was risking my health for temporary performance gains was sobering. Reports of severe adverse events, including heart attacks and strokes associated with DMAA use, made me acutely aware of the dangers I was courting. Ultimately, my experience with DMAA taught me a valuable lesson about the risks of unregulated supplements. While the short-term performance boost was undeniable, the potential for long-term health consequences was not worth the fleeting gains. I came to appreciate that true fitness is built on consistency, proper nutrition, and safe, sustainable practices, not on potentially dangerous stimulants that offer a quick but risky fix. Clenbuterol. Driven by the desire for rapid fat loss and improved athletic performance, I ventured into the world of clenbuterol. This powerful stimulant, originally developed as a bronchodilator for horses, has gained notoriety in the fitness community for its thermogenic properties and ability to preserve lean muscle mass during cutting phases. Despite its status as a controlled substance in many countries, I decided to experience its effects firsthand. The initial results were striking. Within days, my metabolism seemed to shift into overdrive. I noticed a significant increase in body temperature and sweating, clear signs of the drug's thermogenic effect. My appetite decreased substantially, making it easier to adhere to a calorie-restricted diet. The fat loss was rapid and visible, particularly around my midsection. In the gym, I felt a surge of energy and endurance, allowing me to push through intense cardio sessions with ease. However, the side effects quickly became apparent and increasingly difficult to ignore. I experienced persistent hand tremors and muscle cramps, which interfered with both daily activities and workouts. Insomnia became a nightly battle, leaving me exhausted yet wired. The most alarming symptoms were the heart palpitations and a constant feeling of anxiety, as if my body was always in fight or flight mode. My blood pressure rose to concerning levels, and I often felt lightheaded and dizzy. As my cycle progressed, I became acutely aware of the potential for cardiac stress. The thought of long-term cardiovascular damage weighed heavily on my mind. Reports of cardiac hypertrophy and other serious health issues associated with clenbuterol use made me question the wisdom of my decision. The legal risks and ethical implications of using a substance banned in sports also became increasingly troubling. Reflecting on my clenbuterol experience, I realized that the short-term aesthetic gains came at a potentially high cost to my overall health and well-being. The rapid fat loss and performance enhancement were undeniably appealing, but the physical and psychological toll was not sustainable. This experiment taught me the importance of patience and consistency in fitness, and that there are no safe shortcuts when it comes to transforming one's body. The risks associated with clenbuterol far outweighed any temporary benefits, reinforcing the value of natural, sustainable approaches to fitness and body composition goals.